Hey God, it's me again. I know it may seem insignificant in the grander scheme of things, but the McLaren engine just got installed last night and we're doing the first start today. God, you gave me a spirit of courage, made me tall and handsome with huge muscles and high IQ, far more so than Matt Armstrong. But God, if I could just ask for one thing today, if you could just give me 1/10 of these views, just 10% of these views, I think I could maybe potentially afford this. Hold on, God. Hello?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. This is Kevin from YouTube.
Of course, buddy. Of course. What can I do for you?
Hey, so I'm calling about your channel. I have it pulled up right here. Yeah, so normally we don't even reach out to small-time YouTubers like yourself, but Lord knows you could use some more views. I can see here. A quick critique, if I may. The reason why your views are down right now is because you're just not that good looking. You know, somebody's got to say it, and, you know, I'll be the one. And for that reason, realistically, I don't see long-term success for your YouTube channel here. But we recently noticed your McLaren series seems like it's doing pretty well. Congrats on that.
Hey, thanks, man. I'm really proud of this whole project and just, you know, how far we've come.
Yeah, that's nice. Anyway, we've been talking here at YouTube headquarters. If you can finish the project within 2 weeks, we can guarantee the full build video you'll make us gets at least 2 million, 2.5 million views or so. And trust me, we all know here how poor you are. So chop, chop. You know, get to it.
Last video you guys saw us take delivery of the $21,000 eBay engine, inspect it, swap all the new parts onto it, and install the old transmission onto the new engine to install it back in the car. And today's the day.
And he said he just wants to knock it all the way out tonight, so tomorrow we can just come over here and push the button, drive down the road.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna work until it's done. I'm just not gonna stop in the morning.
3 days later.
I really hope that's not the case.
3 days later.
Anytime I do an engine swap, I'll start with like one straight line, like the front part of it, right? And make sure that that's all done. Then I'll go to the next side and go straight down that and make sure that that's all done. Basically a whole square. If you think about it as like a whole job and you're like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, it'll feel kind of overwhelming.
As Ryan was buttoning the last couple hoses and bolts up, I went ahead and installed the dry media air filters into the car to get that out of the way now. Just to give the engine as much air as possible for its first crank. Not that the original air filters were that bad, but I just wanted to give it that fresh, upgraded first start to symbolize its new life, you know?
I'm gonna show you guys really quick. On this side, I went against my better judgment when I buttoned it back up and didn't take this foam out. But yeah, so this foam is like notorious, allegedly, for just deteriorating and sucking up into the filter. So anyway, I'm taking the foam out. I did on the other side. Really nasty stuff. And it's so light that it'll literally just deteriorate. You guys can see that and just fly right into your filter and clog it up over time. Oops. But yeah, we're gonna call it a day too because it's raining now and we have to pick this back up on Monday. So I'll see you guys then.
The next day, Ryan started off by doing the final inspection on his work and installed some of the various accessories and final screws that it needed. And while he did that, I did the last maintenance items and just made sure the fluids were all full.
Hey, without the coolant reservoir in there, it makes it so much easier. Wow.
Oh, to get in there?
Well, yeah, takes all the headache out of it. That's nice. Okay, I don't think I need to explain how big of a moment this is for the project right now, but the new engine is currently installed. The new engine is currently getting the last pipe put on it right now. So we're about to fire this thing up. My heart's pounding, but I don't think I need to even explain how big of a moment this is for the project. This is kind of a make or break deal. And while we've triple checked every single connection on this engine, it was kind of an unknown condition. It was claimed to be operational condition from the eBay seller, but it's an eBay seller, so anything could happen. I'm gonna manifest good vibes. Like, I don't expect anything to go wrong here. I think we're gonna just fire this thing up. It's gonna be amazing, and we're gonna get some tests and drives in and stuff in the next couple days. But I'm gonna emphasize right now, this is a big moment, because if it does take a turn for the worse, this is the kind of thing that's gonna just completely halt the project and might just be the thing that lays it down in the ground 6 feet under. So please cross your fingers. We are going to clear some codes on the Autel scanner really quick. We're going to turn the ignition on for the very first time with this new engine and then hopefully crank it up and see how it runs. Whew. Engine control module. We were getting misfire codes like crazy no matter what we did on the original. Fault 13. Okay. Powertrain and chassis control module. Let's see how many stored codes there are in this thing. It's taking a long
It
time.
might just be a permanent code too. They have to be driven to be.
Oh, okay. I see. Yep.
You already cleared everything?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, no, this is, I was just like letting you see it before we cleared it. Yeah, it's not as bad as it looks, right? Not quite yet. All right, just went ahead and saved a whole report. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick erase on everything and see how many of these codes come back. 5 faults, that's less than 13 at least.
Has that always been there?
It's been there, yeah. Same
Yeah, I think these
misfire
are.
faults.
I think these are permanent.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
not too worried about those.
Yep.
I think we're ready to start it up.
All right, it's not gonna get any easier than right now to push this button, so. Oh man, all right. Ready, Ryan?
I'm ready.
And yell at me if I need to turn it off.
I will.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nothing. Oh, I need to clear these faults. 1 second. Please switch off ignition, it says. All right, ready? Let's try it again.
All right, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Nothing. Let me just reset like everything. So pathetic. All right, let's try this again. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. That was a good sound. You want me to try it again?
Yeah, do it again.
All right.
I was expecting that, yeah.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Nothing.
It might have to be started 2 or 3 more times to get the proper fuel to it.
Yep, for sure. That was a great first sound, though. It sounded really good. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
That's what I was expecting.
Beautiful. No oil pressure faults coming back. Just a normal, I'm just gonna read them off with the camera. ESC fault, vehicle limp home, airbag fault, and that's it. I already cleared a couple. It said PCC degraded, which is completely normal. Passenger door internal release fault. Yeah, a couple others, but wow. That runs so much better.
Sounds good.
Dude, well done. Wow. And no smoke.
Oh, that sounds good, man. It sounds real good. Oh, listen to that. First start.
That was my man.
Oh, man.
So
look at
far,
that.
so good. It sounds fantastic.
It
Wow.
sounds great.
Oh, what a weight off my chest. Let's just make sure we're still good here. ESC fault, airbag fault, passenger door internal release fault. There we go, dude. And one thing I will note right now is the fans are still not coming on, which is good because we put the ambient air temperature sensor in. Now these fans are not locked at high speed, which will really help us when we're checking the oil level and everything. Whew. All right. Wow.
That sounds beautiful.
Sounds fantastic.
It's going to sound way better too once the exhaust is on there and everything's bolted, all the shrouds are on there.
Absolutely. I'm just gonna say, man, this first start and run, not a single drop on the ground. I feel like that just speaks to your professionalism here and just triple checking everything. Not a single drop. What a fantastic sound. Good morning, guys. Next day here. I can't even tell you how many times I rewatched the first start clip last night. It's just so freaking cool. I'm so glad it all worked out great so far. So off camera last night, we went ahead and filled the coolant, and there is indeed one coolant leak. So there's an O-ring on that coolant hose right there that is leaking, and it was suspicious already, so we thought, you know, we'll install it for now, and if it leaks, it's super easily accessible. So we're gonna swap this out, and then we're gonna refill the coolant, and hopefully 0 leaks after that. right, ready?
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Just put these plugs back in it.
Okay. Still no change. Awesome. The heat feels nice. It's nice and
does.
cold out here. Yeah, nothing concerning, no check engine light at all. This sounds fantastic. What do you think? Just like putting your ear next to the engine, what does it sound perfectly normal to you?
Yeah, it does. It sounds like it hasn't been ran in a long time.
Yeah.
It sounds normal, but it doesn't have that perfectly smooth, like, perfect.
Yeah.
You can just tell it's sat for a while, but
Perfect.
other than that, it does sound perfect.
Good. And if you're ready, I say we just go ahead and do an oil check.
Yeah.
See what's happening, and just get the whole oil level perfect where it needs to be.
Yeah. Go ahead.
This is the official first check of the oil level. Last time we were doing this, it was a total disaster. And so let's go to the menu, settings, not setting. Push the brake. It says apply throttle. I'm very nervous doing this. But here we go. Oh. All right, here we go. Okay. There it is. Boys, it's counting down. No way. This is the first time I've ever seen that after a year and 2 months of ownership. Whoa. Whoa. 10 seconds. Let's go. Okay, freaking seriously. Level 2 low. All right, let's go ahead and shut it off.
It actually checked the level.
It actually checked the level, man. That's exactly what I was expecting. You put 6 to start and then it says too low and then you add quarter quarts from there. It probably just needs to get on a good drive.
That's what it is, honestly. When these motors sit for a long time, there's little dry spots and little areas all over the place.
Wow, that sounds fantastic.
Perfect.
Man. Let's do it again. Too low, but climbing. Wow, that sounds fantastic. I'm gonna say that literally every time. Frickin' seriously. There it is, dude. Perfect.
Perfect.
Ah.
Let it off real quick. I think it's leaking from the oil filter housing.
So the testing went great, but we did find one oil leak from the top of the engine near the intake manifold, which made us suspicious of the oil filter housing, also known as the V module on McLarens. But we ended the night off on a high note, so we'll diagnose that tomorrow. The V module is not a fun job to do, so we're hoping that's not the case here. So the next day, before Ryan could join me outside that morning, I drank some coffee and listened to some podcasts while I went ahead and started work, putting it back together in anticipation of the first drive today.
Good morning, everybody. Today I am working on getting this panel back on for the bumper. The bumper's complete. And so after I'm done with just this, which I didn't actually need to take off, but that's why I didn't do the other side after I realized that when I was taking it off. But once I get this on, I can start throwing in the heat shields, the exhaust, engine covers, exhaust covers, that kind of thing. And this whole side of the panel is held on by 3M tape from the factory. This isn't a DIY thing, guys. This is actually like from factory, this is what they do. More and more I'm learning that McLarens really are slapped together as far as like body panels go. It seems like powertrain stuff is pretty meticulously built, but like body panels and stuff, like definitely not. It's all tape and glue and riv nuts that strip themselves out everywhere. That's pretty much it. Let's get to this. Freaking, where did my knife go? It's a bad start to the morning, that's for sure. There it is. I basically skip over the whole engine swap, like detailed procedure. But here we are removing some 3M tape, everybody, from one panel on the back bumper. You're welcome. Or, hear me out, we just slap it on like this. I like that idea much better. First, let's connect the tail lights and everything. Don't know actually which exact ones go to which exact ones, but I think that's it for that wiring. There we go. All right, well, we did find one oil leak yesterday, and it could be an O-ring in the oil filter, or it could be also a cracked V module. So let's just see what we find with the actual camera. Hopefully it's nothing crazy, and hopefully we don't actually end up needing to do it, but there's not very good chance of it, yeah. I think it does want the hydraulics online though. The PCC degraded just keeps popping up. Yeah. We are about to go on the first drive, hopefully, and so I'm just gonna drop a little bit of this oil out now that we've warmed it up to operating temperature a couple times. Just wanna make sure this oil is like perfectly clear and there's no debris or anything floating around for some reason, just to triple check everything. Oh yeah. Sweet. Beautiful.
Really nice, actually.
Yeah, that was perfectly pure. I saw straight through it. Didn't look like there was any shimmer at all.
It was probably just from the last service. There was some on the old oil filter that kind of ran down into that little area.
Yeah.
Because right where that's at, the oil doesn't circulate or move. It's just there unless you clean it out with a rag. So.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I'm really doing this, by the way, is because on top of where the oil filter housing is, like there's a little tiny pool of old oil from the original owner, and there was a little glittery. And this engine is so low mileage that obviously we suspect that chances are it's just a lot of wear metal from being a brand new engine. I'm satisfied. Final drop, hopefully. We are about to take this thing on the first drive of the new engine. I'm hoping this goes well. I'm really hoping this goes well. But as of right now, I think it's been a successful engine replacement. We're just verifying the last couple little check boxes, and once those are all checked off after this first drive, I'm gonna take it home, hopefully, and have a fully functional running McLaren. First time putting this thing in drive. It's in drive. It works!
You gonna take the roof off?
No, we're gonna take the roof off. We can hear everything.
That's amazing.
It feels like so long since I've actually felt this car driving under its own power. Wow. With an engine that I'm confident actually runs well. It says the hood is open. All right, a little bit nervous. We'll try to make sure there's nobody on this street. First time this car has seen a road ever since. Dude, we're cruising at 31 miles per hour right now. No crazy vibrations yet. I'm gonna just pick it up a little bit to a normal cruising speed. Just making sure nothing's gonna fly off. You can definitely feel the road, that's for sure. This freaking piece of trim in front is sketching me out. The little window, the shield, the little window shield thing, it's flapping around. Wow. Oh, that's a little sketchy. We'll go home, we'll tighten that up real quick.
All right.
If they're looking out their window right now, they're probably like, what the heck is happening right now?
That sound is
Wow. The turbo sound. Wow. No freaking way. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oil water is holding exactly as it was yesterday.
have any kind of like stumbling hesitations? Nothing.
No.
It just felt buttery smooth.
Absolutely, dude. That felt really good. This Acura's probably gonna be like, what the frick is happening? Let's see, is this your driveway right here?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, dude. I can definitely tell. I feel like the suspension probably needs to be, maybe it just needs to get worked in and driven, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell it's a manual transmission that's controlled electronically when you're driving
It feels like it, yeah.
it. It just behaves like
Yeah.
differently than automatic.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't feel like just a straight up auto. I'll just pull it all the way on.
Yep.
Haha.
See a
What do
couple
you see?
little drips right here.
Coolant looks like.
Looks like, yeah. But the
Oh,
good
there's
news is-
oil leaking from it too.
Yeah, I
There's-
can
yeah.
see that. I'm gonna look at that right now too. But from that drive, man, we are right there. I mean,
It's close.
it's so close to being done. We ran it again before we started it. I sucked all of the oil out and I drained it. See how it's pulling up right there?
Oh yeah, wow.
I sucked all that dry and I sucked it all dry underneath the oil filter housing. And if you look, you can see it's completely pulled up.
It's back
under there
again. Yeah, I can see it. Yep.
Yeah, we'll have to replace the V module, but that's the worst of it, man. I mean,
Yeah. Hopefully that's like the only oil leak and that's the problem.
right. If you're satisfied with the drive
Yes,
and everything,
no,
I
I'm
don't have to drive it,
100%.
I felt it.
Yep. We went through all the gears.
We went through all the gears, yeah.
Sounded great. We'll call it fixed. We just now have to diagnose any miscellaneous leaks and stuff.
Right.
The one thing that almost killed this project is now done. We finally have a good running McLaren 650S Spider, $34,000 and one engine replacement later. And while it's still not finished, it finally feels like progress is being made once again. I want to thank the dogs and chickens for their support, but most of all, I want to thank Ryan for absolutely knocking this project out on such short notice. Not only a great mechanic, but a great guy too. Please go check his channel out and subscribe. I'd love to see this man hit 1,000 subscribers before the weekend's over. So I went and grabbed the trailer and headed back to Ryan's that night, intending simply to pick the car up. But when I got there, he was pretty determined to find that oil leak before it leaves his shop.
Seen a drip yet, no.
Let's try checking the oil level if we can right now.
Yeah, we're still good. We're right below like the perfect line.
Yeah, so from that cap that I'm looking at, it looked like there was oil coming out of there. I don't know what that's for.
Pretty sure that's the wheat pole for the transmission.
Huh.
Gear oil definitely smells different. Let me see if smell it from here. Stuff that actually is on the ground. Yeah, that's definitely gear oil.
That's gear oil.
That's not motor oil.
Oh man,
Dude,
that's a relief.
We might. Oh my gosh! And I just topped that off too. So I think we just have an overfull gear oil box that's just weeping out a little bit.
Let's start this up and watch it and see, make sure that it's doing that,
Yeah.
like I thought, and then.
That would be awesome if that's what it is.
Yeah, and literally, like, we don't need to fix nothing. Okay, go ahead and rev it again. Yep, that's where it's coming from.
That's so legit, dude.
I was so bothered by the fact you spent all this money and there was a leak somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? We're finding this dang leak.
That is
So there's
awesome.
nothing to. And check this out. I found the leak, the little coolant leak. Look at where it's at.
Oh, did you?
Right there.
Oh, yeah.
So literally, we just gotta tighten that little clamp up.
Okay.
And we're good. Everything done.
Up top, dude. Well, freaking done. That is so sick. Now you can say you pretty much did everything perfect. Like there's
Yeah.
not even really a leak.
I was afraid that it was something. You know what I mean? I pulled a line, or I this, or I that.
Dude.
But no, it was just overfilled tranny fluid this time.
And it's just gonna weep itself out till it's at normal operating level. That's awesome.
With this huge win tonight, knowing that there's actually no leaks at all, we couldn't help but take it on that one last drive before loading it onto the trailer to take it back to my house.
It needs an alignment, it needs a little bit of stuff still,
Yeah.
but it's there.
Yeah, it's there, man.
Ready. Brakes feel nice too. That sounds so nice. That's awesome. You're literally a few days work.
We're almost there. I know, we're almost there, man. It's so close.
So we loaded it onto the trailer for the last time of this project if all goes smoothly from here out, and I couldn't wait to get this thing home after a whole month of engine issues, an engine replacement, and all the mental load that came with it.
Well, the McLaren's back home and it almost doesn't feel real. It took us 1 month to do a full freaking McLaren engine swap outdoors with roosters and chickens. Oh man, dude, I'm pumped though. Like this thing drives so freaking well and no leaks or anything. Like next video, I'll be figuring all the small stuff out. SAS sensor is currently next up on my docket to get done. And then all the body work and that's it. So anyway, I'll catch you guys next video. Thanks for watching.